Tomoyuki Yamashita was a famous Japanese general who fought during World War II. He was born on November 8, 1885 in Otoyo, Japan. When he was young, he attended military academies. He graduated in 1916 and was promoted to captain. In 1938, he then commanded the 4th Imperial Japanese Army Division through Manchuria to fight against the Chinese army. After he was sent back to Japan, he was appointed as general and signed a pact with Nazi Germany and Italy, which formed the Axis powers. During World War II, he fought against British forces in the Battle of Malaya, December 8, 1941, the day following the attack on Pearl Harbor. The Japanese won the battle and started pushing toward the rest of Malaya and Singapore. On February 8th of the following year, Japan successfully captured Singapore. British troops were forced to retreat. This earned him the nickname Tiger of Malaya. The summer of 1942, Yamashita commanded his army through Manchuria again. In September 1944, he was rescued from his enforced exile in China after Tojo resigned from power. He then commanded the 14th Area Army in the Philippines, which was under Japanese occupation. On January 6, 1945, U.S. troops were stationed in Lingayen Bay, pushed toward the interior of the Philippines, while Japanese troops were stationed in northern Luzon and Manila. But it was not long before much of his army was forced to retreat to northern Luzon. But in early February 1945, the Japanese Navy reoccupied Manila. Following the reoccupation of Manila, one of the most notorious war crimes was committed. The Japanese forces triggered the Battle of Manila, which raged on for a month. During the battle, the city was looted and gutted. The Japanese army ordered the city to be set ablaze and razed to the ground. Civilians were mutilated and shot to death. In the end, more than 100,000 civilians were massacred by the Japanese army. More than 1,000 U.S. troops were killed, 5,500 were injured, and 16,600 Japanese troops were killed. In the aftermath, the U.S. won the Battle of Manila, but much of the Japanese army was retreated to Ifugao province in northern Luzon. On September 2, 1945, a few weeks after Japan surrendered to the Allies, Yamashita and his army, which was 50,000 strong, surrendered to the American forces. In the fall of 1945, Yamashita was tried in a military tribunal. He was charged for massacring civilians, arson, and raiding the city of Manila. He was convicted, sentenced to a prison camp, and was ordered to be executed. On February 23, 1946, Yamashita was hanged to death. His last words were, "I will pray for the emperor's long life and his prosperity forever." Yamashita was buried in the Tamarayan Cemetery in Fuchu City in Tokyo, but his descendants still carry on the legacy of him. According to a book by Richard Hoyt titled Old Soldiers Sometimes Lie, we found a descendant of Tomoyuki Yamashita named Tomiko Yamashita. We plan on interviewing her soon to learn more about